guys, this is Christy Fulk with Create with Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S. Well, today I'm here to teach you how to make this Christmas card. This is made with the Sentimental Wishes Bundle, and that is from the Sentimental Christmas Suite that's in the September to December mini catalog that just came out last week. I will show you everything that comes in that suite because sometimes it's hard to tell what it looks like exactly what it looks like in the catalog. So I'll get all that stuff out and show you here in just a minute. But if you would like to make this card along with me, just look down the video description below, click on the blog post link, and that'll give you the paper sizes and the supply list and everything you need to make this card. So pause the video, go to that post, and then come back and make it with me. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first off, I want to show you everything in the Sentimental Christmas Suite. First off is the bundle. Love this little die set that comes with it. This is a Sentimental Wishes Bundle. If you get the bundle, you save 10% versus buying these separately. So it's $38.50 for the bundle. If you purchase just the stamp set, it's $23. And if you purchase just the dice set, it's $20. So that lets you know, so that'd be $43 if you did them separately. So that's why you want to do the bundle price. Then we also have the Drusy Adhesive-Backed Embellishments. These are champagne in 2 different sizes and white in 2 different sizes. So pretty. I was wondering how to say it's spelled D-R-U-S-Y, and I looked it up, and you're supposed to say it Drusy. And they're supposed to be, I can't remember the exact definition, but they're supposed to be glittery, and these are definitely glittery, and they're really big. A lot of texture to them. They're really pretty. The video is not doing them justice. They are gorgeous. Then also we have the, let's see, this is called the Shaded Spruce Satin Sheer Ribbon. Couldn't remember the full name. I'm not using this on my card. This is the one thing I wasn't able to use on the card. It just didn't fit. I tried to, but it just didn't look right. But I love this ribbon. I can't wait to use it on another card. And then last but not least is the Sentimental Christmas DSP, and DSP means Designer Series paper. It's a 12 by 12 pack. There are 6 double-sided designs, and you get 2 of each, and I'll show you those designs here in just a minute. But the really nice thing about this, not just the images, I love the name of it's perfect, Sentimental Christmas, because I definitely get sentimental about these reindeers. I've got some old plastic reindeers from when I was a kid that I still put out. So I really love the old designs that are in this. $3, okay, the sale of this, it's a $12.50 pack. $3 of that will go towards charities around the world to help children, anything that benefits children. So I thought that's a good cause. And so if you buy this, $3 of that will go to those charities. So here we've got this side here, and here's the other side. I love the colors in this too. There's this one. And I will put the colors on the screen for you. I can't remember them off the top of my head, so I will just list them. There's this one. Love the old looking Christmas trees. Just a lot of pretty sets in here. There's this. And let me check. Get that die set out. Is this going to die cut that out? It sure is. So these can be die cut out with the dies. That's a nice plus. And we've got this side. Love this. I love that border on there. Then we've got this. And last but not least, this one. Very pretty. I love those candles. And I love this. This would make a beautiful, either a shadow box, the background for a beautiful scrapbook page. A lot of different things you can do with that. So that is everything in the Sentimental Christmas DSP. So I will go ahead and start the video to start making this card. So let's get ready. Okay, I bought the bundle back out so that way I can tell you what stamps and dies I used. I used the stocking and the Have a Very Merry Christmas. And then I only needed to get out the stocking die. And that's all we need from the bundle. I'm going to be using the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. This is in the annual catalog. And I'm also going to be using the Deckled Circles dies. And the one that we're going to need is the number 5. So I always start with the smallest is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the die you'll want to get out. Okay, now I'm going to start with some stamping. So this is a piece of basic white that is 2 1/4 by 3 inches. I'm going to grab the stocking stamp, and my Tuxedo Black Memento pad. Get some ink and kind of twist it to get the ink on there a lot better. Whenever I twist, I tend to get a lot better ink coverage on this. And then I'm just going to stamp this. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle because it's going to be die cut. But hold it down for a few seconds. And there we go. We got a perfect image. Have a couple more things to stamp. Need to grab this small piece of basic beige. It's 2 1/4 by 1. Bring in my ink pad again, and this is the greeting. Have a very Merry Christmas. And I'm going to stamp it here in the middle. That is ready to go. And then last but not least, 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of basic white. I'm going to grab the candle, and I did forget to tell you to get the candle stamp out, so make sure you have that out. And I knew I was forgetting one when I started naming off what you needed. So that is all the stamping we need to do. So let's go ahead and start doing some coloring. Since I've got this out, I'm going to go ahead and color the inside. I'm going to grab Old Olive Stampin' Blends. I'm going to start with the dark. And here, wherever I see veins, kind of more in the center, near the bottom, I'm going to use my dark with all the leaves, dark Old Olive. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to grab my light Old Olive, color in the whole thing here, all of these leaves. Almost done. I'm going over the dark just to get those to blend a little bit. And then, I didn't like some of these pine needles looking just black, so I'm going to take my dark Old Olive again. I'm just going to put a little bit of color on these little branches here. There we go. I think that looks better. Now I'm going to grab Cherry Cobbler. These are pretty small. I'm still going to see if I can get a little bit. I'm going to put a couple little lines here with the dark Cherry Cobbler. And then I will do this. So this will give a little bit of depth to the berries. So that is it for the berries. Last but not least, I'm going to take my dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to color this in. I'm not going to bother using light. I'm just going to color those in because the yellow that's in the paper is actually crushed curry, and the dark Daffodil Delight is the one that does the best on that color. So I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to bring the stocking back in, bring in my Cherry Cobbler, grab the dark, and wherever I see those lines, that's where I'm going to put the dark Cherry Cobbler. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my light Cherry Cobbler and go over the dark just to blend those together, and then color the rest of the stocking with the light Cherry Cobbler. Okay, so the stocking is done. You can tell that I did the heel, it left the heel and the toe white because I liked that look. Done with the Cherry Cobbler for right now. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to grab the dark Cherry Cobbler, and I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. I'm going to do the candy canes. So every other stripe, I'm using a very light touch because this brush tip is very sharp. If you use that light touch, you can get in those little areas. But if you like using the other side, this little smaller tip, that's a blunt tip, you definitely can do that too. But sometimes I feel like the brush tip, if I do that really light touch, it's actually a little sharper, so I can get in these little areas a little bit better. But it's whichever you want to do. And then I'm going to grab the Old Olive. And once again, it looks like all of these are just pine needles, so I'm just going to take my dark. I'm not going to bother to, oops, see, that's the blunt tip I was telling you about. And I'm going to go over some of these, the pine needles. It doesn't look like there are any holly leaves this time. It's just the pine needles. So I'm going to get all those pine needles with the dark Old Olive. Okay, I think I got them all. That looks good. Now I'm going to bring in Poppy Parade. That is another red that's in there. I'm going to take the dark Poppy Parade, and I'm going to do the bow, the ribbon actually, of this gift. This is with the dark, is this the dark? Yes, the dark Poppy Parade. Got that one done. And then I decided to do this one with the dark Poppy Parade too. This makes it so it's not all Cherry Cobbler, gives a little more color to this. So I think that's all the dark poppy parade I need. I'm going to use the light poppy parade. So with this, I'm actually not blending. But I am using the 2 shades for the presents. So this present here is getting colored in with the light poppy parade. Okay. And that is all the light poppy parade. Now I'm going to grab my pretty peacock, take the dark pretty peacock, and do the ribbon on this gift. Get that bow up here at the top. Okay, and there's another ribbon right there. Then I'm going to grab the light pretty peacock and color the rest of this present in. I'm going to grab my light old olive, and I'm going to color this present in with a light old olive. Make sure you don't color in the bow, just the present. And last but not least, I'm going to grab my dark Daffodil Delight. I'm going to color in all the rest of this present here. And then, I've missed part of the bow. I will bring that back in. Then this bow gets the dark Daffodil Delight. And the part of the ribbon I missed, I'm going to grab that dark Poppy Parade again. I totally missed that ribbon there. So that is all the coloring we need to do. So get your die cutting machine out. Okay, for die cutting with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you need the base platform number 1, the die plate number 2, and a standard cutting plate number 3. I'm going to bring in my stocking and then a piece of basic white that is a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch square piece. I'm going to grab that number 5 die I had you get out from the Deckled Circles dies. And then I want to get that image to fill in that opening of the die. So kind of move this around, make sure I don't see any white around the border. That looks really good. So I'm going to put a piece of Post-it tape there and a piece of Post-it tape there. You can use Post-it notes or the low-tack yellow painter's tape also. That works. I'm not going to worry about putting a die on the circle. I just need to make sure it stays on the paper. So now we've got the circle die cut. And here's that cute stocking. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Go ahead and put these to the side. Okay, now I need to do some embossing. So we're going to be using a 3D embossing folder. So we need to get rid of the cutting plate and the die plate. I'm going to bring in the Snowflake Sky and my cherry cobbler piece. This is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to put it in just like so. I'm going to line up the bottom with that line of the cardstock that helps it be straight for me. You want the fold to go in first, so we're going to lay it down here. Then I'm going to grab my specialty plate. This is the gray plate that comes with the machine. All the plates you're seeing me use come with the die cutting machine, which is nice. You don't have to buy any extra plates. You will need to replace those clear standard cutting plates every once in a while, though, of course, since they get cut up pretty good after you use them for a while, but they last for quite a while before you have to buy any new. And here is what this looks like when I put it on. You can do whichever you want. You can tell the snow is a little thicker and gets a little lighter down here. I'm going to have the lighter snow be on the bottom. But that is all the die cutting and embossing we need to do. So let's finish this card. Okay, I want you to grab the card base. This is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 shaded spruce. I'm going to line those corners up like so. Grab my bone folder. Get that folded. And this is a landscape card, so you want the fold to be along the top. I'll put this to the side for right now. Grab that cherry cobbler piece. And this is a piece of that Sentimental Christmas. It's 4 by 3. Love the candles on this one. I'm going to turn this over and attach it to the center of the card. Go on of the card stock, that is. This is not actually the card, it's the base layer. Okay, that looks pretty good. Put that down. Then I'm grabbing a piece of the same Sentimental Christmas DSP, 1 1/2 by 4. Put some adhesive on this. And it is going to go right across here. I'm going to have a little bit of that DSP show right there on the left. Get those top and bottom edges to line up with the top and bottom of the cherry cobbler edge. And now we can go ahead and put this on the card base. I always like to put, if there's cardstock going from end to end, or DSP, I mean, going from end to end, well, even cardstock, I always put it on before I put it on the card. That way I can trim if I need to. If this piece had been too long, I could have trimmed off the edges. It's a lot easier to do before you put it on your card base. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to grab my circle, get some adhesive on it, and it's going to go right in the center of that shaded spruce strip. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in the stocking, turn it over, get some adhesive here. I'm going to put some right here, a couple of them up here at the top. I'm only going to put here in the middle, I'm only going to put this one here, because I'm going to be tucking a little something under on this side. And then here down at the toe, that should be plenty. Get my take your pick tool, scoop off those paper backings, bring this back in, and I'm going to have this kind of angled a little bit over here to the left. I'm only going to lay it down because I might need to move it. I'm going to grab the greeting and just put some regular seal on here, and it is going to be tucked under here just a little bit. Make sure it looks straight. Oops, that looks pretty good. Okay, I like the way that looks, so I'm going to go ahead and push everything down. I always wait to put pressure on it to have it stuck down permanently until I know I've got it right where I want it. Now I'm going to grab the Drusy embellishments, and I decided to use the champagne. You can use whichever color you want to. And I'm going to grab one large one here, and I'm going to put here on my circle. And a couple of the little ones, I'm going to put one here because I thought this looked a little plain over here on the greeting. And then another one right down here. But doesn't that just make it sparkle? I love that. Now we still need to put the inside of the card in. So I'm going to grab this piece, turn this over, get some adhesive in each corner, and I'll put some here on these long edges. Bring in the card base. Put this in the center. And I'm done with that card already. This one goes together pretty quick. Hope you liked it. I love the old-fashioned Christmas look to this. So this is all from that Sentimental Christmas Suite. And if you're interested in that and want to buy it, look down in the video description to my online store. And you can go there and just search for Sentimental Christmas. And that'll just bring up everything that's in the suite for you. So if you don't want to buy the whole suite, you can buy little bits and pieces at a time. Now, I have a Facebook group. It's called Create with Christy's VIP Stampers. Anyone can join. I used to just have it be people live in the United States that are not demonstrators. Well, I've opened it up to everybody. So anybody that wants to be part of this group can be. And I made this from a card sketch that I came up with. I have a link down below in the video description for my VIP Stampers group. And you can join. You have to accept the rules. And once you do that, then I'll accept you into the group. And you can play along. You can find the post. I'll put it under guides for my 2024 card sketches. And I would love to see any cards you come up with. It's just something fun. I'm trying to do little fun things with my group now. I've had the group for a while, but I'm changing some things up. So I'm going to start doing card layouts, some color combos. I put up a exclusive written tutorial form for a Halloween card I made. You can find all of that in that group. So if you're interested in that, just look down the video description and click on the VIP Stampers Facebook group link and join. So I hope you enjoyed this card. And if you want to stamp along with me again, make sure you click that subscription button. And when that bell icon pops up, select all. That way YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video. Now, if you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. And here is the annual catalog that's going on right now and the September to December mini catalog. And I'd love to send out your first copies from me for free. Just click that contact me link down in the video description and give me your mailing address and I'll get it mailed out to you right away. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this card. and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.